Welcome to the Salty Chip Podcast, where you're always coming back for more, with your hosts Mackenzie and Isaac.
Well, welcome back. How are you doing?
Doing great. Welcome back.
Awesome. So today we will be recapping the latest episode of Real Housewives of Miami and Real Housewives of Orange County. So I guess we'll start out with, you want to go Orange County?
Yeah, I think Orange County first.
So one thing that I noticed on Orange County that I'll first point out is that Emily was basically being exactly like Tamra when she was talking about Gretchen and wanting to let Gretchen let
Oh,
loose.
yeah.
And so,
on their sleepover, she brought the fireball to trying to get her all wasted. And
yeah, so I wrote down the quote. So this is exactly what Emily said. I brought the fireball so we could take out the perfectly waffed Gretchers and get the fun vagina hanging out Gretchers.
yeah, they're trying to get her wasted and have naked wasted part 2.
Yes, and it's like, what is it about Gretchen that these women want to get her so turned and let loose? Is it because she's too perfect?
Well, I think it's because she presents herself that way as this perfect prim proper Barbie doll, but they know she's not like that.
Yeah, she gets drunk and gets crazy and stuff, and but for some reason they want that out on the TV.
Yeah, they want people to see her how they see her, you know. So they're totally trying to get her wasted and have her sort of be see her how we see her when the cameras are off and she's getting crazy
messy,
and she's not
I guess she likes to have her vagina hanging out when she's not on camera, because that's what she said. It's is this from a personal experience?
Yeah, well, I think it probably is just referencing back to some old, because they do have the footage of her long time ago. They're dancing on tables, getting crazy, and the whole naked wasted night. That doesn't happen unless she's obviously gets a little crazy and
Yeah, for sure.
So they're definitely trying to lower her inhibitions.
Yes, for sure. And then I did think it was good that Tamra's daughter was kind of keeping her on track when Tamra was packing and was like, this is the book I'm going to give Shannon if Shannon comes after me. And Tamra's daughter is way to stir the pot. This is not trying to move on. What are you doing? This is going to cause drama. This is not going to be good for you and Shannon's relationship. And then it was nervous energy or something weird with Tamra. She was so obsessed that
so hard.
Shannon was on the trip with her and, are we friends now? And just kind of putting this weird taunting.
Just overplaying it too much. And she can even see it's visibly making her uncomfortable.
She keeps doing
but it's just
it.
That's
why I think it's taunting her a little bit.
Oh, it's totally.
Are we better? Are we better?
Totally.
Are you over it? And it's just go away.
No, yeah, it's for
so
sure
annoying.
Taunting,
Yeah.
And she's doing it knowing she's not liking it, and then is ready to pull out the knife again once it's confronted, and will be a raging bitch again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all this over the top niceness waiting for it to cause a problem, so then she can stick the knife in super hard,
Yeah.
With the book, and all that stuff. All of that is she's preparing for it to go wrong and her to own her,
Yeah. And I felt like Tamra giving Shannon the master bedroom was just Tamra's way of being well, I gave her the master bedroom.
Sure. It's total manipulation.
Oh my God, she's not being nice to me. Well, I did give her the master. It's totally a manipulation pool, especially because Shannon's I don't even want this. At this point, Shannon's just don't do anything for me.
Yeah, she knows it's going to be used against her, it's all of that is it's totally her just kind of building her case of look, I'm trying to make it better because I'm changed and doing therapy, and Shannon's still a bitch and is rude or whatever. I gave her the master room and I'm so nice to her and all this stuff, but it's all fake, or we'll all be thrown out the window the second Shannon has a problem with anything, or something. and will be used against her to say,
Yeah.
she's the real bitch. I'm so nice. Look all what I did for her.
Exactly. I think it is just a manipulation tactic. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
all
there's
to just
anything
get leverage
genuine.
over her,
Yeah.
you know?
There's nothing genuine about it. I think that she plans things out.
Yeah.
Like, not to the T, maybe, but like overall. I mean, she planned to bring a book in case Shannon, like, and her didn't get along, so she
Yeah.
could throw it in her face. Like, she
in a
plans
super
these
bitchy
things,
book.
and knowing that her family has told her, "Don't do this.
This is a bad idea.
So clearly, she has had like people in her circle say, "Stop! Don't do this!"
yeah.
All this stuff, and then she goes.
I mean,
and does stuff
Eddie's going
anyways.
around to bartenders. Don't give my wife any more alcohol
Yeah.
at group things, you know. So she's definitely had people try to put the guardrails on her.
That's very
And
true.
she's
she
the kind of
needs 'em.
person though that probably pisses her off even more, and she wants to get off the guardrails even more, like so childish like that, you know. Like, and it's just like, oh, Tamra.
Yeah. You know, I wonder how far she is in her therapy journey. Like, how many years has she been going to therapy? Because I feel like I've heard her say she's going to therapy for a long time.
Half of them are probably lying when they say they're
like,
going. They're just
I don't
saying
see
that.
much growth.
No.
You know, so it's like, is she consistent? Is she actually going? Is she pulling a Jax and only going while she's on TV?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get those clips.
And I mean, honestly, like, even with therapy, like, you know, you need to find, like, a good therapist, too. Just because you're going to one, it could be some freaking whack job therapist who's just indulging her delusions and
Right.
saying all the, yeah, you're terrible, you're always right. You know, like, so
Right.
it's like, even just going, like, it doesn't necessarily mean they're, like, actually getting good help and sort of like seeing things for what they are.
That's
and
true.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
very, very true. The quality
and I bet
of
it's even
therapy might not be
harder
there.
as like a famous person like that to find one who's not just going to blow smoke up your ass and be like, oh, you're right. Who's one who would really be like, this is crazy, you know, like do the real work kind of stuff, you know,
Right.
without just making you feel good and be like, yeah, that's $400 an hour. Yeah. I want to keep billing this as long as I can.
Yeah, so they're gonna say
You
what they
know?
want to hear, kind of thing. I totally get
Yeah.
that. So, do you think that Tamra and Shannon eventually, as time goes on, will we see them being like buddy best friends again?
I don't think so, man. Shannon's like done, you know, like she's, and I get it because how hard Tamara was going at her last season with the all alcoholic stuff, and it was total character assassination where it's like, even just like I don't want to be friends. Even if you're nice to me now, I know how low you go when you're pissed off, or if I do something that pisses you off, like I don't want to be around you. You know, like it's not worth it. You good isn't worth the pain it causes when you're bad to be around you.
Right.
You know, so it's just like this
That's
is
very
not worth
true.
it.
That
That's
is
the vibe I
very
get from
true.
her. You know.
I agree. I don't think Shannon is interested whatever in like any relationship. And I think Tamara only is if it can be like them drinking together and like
they're
laughing, like not
Yeah.
actually be friends, because they know.
Wasn't it with Vicky? They were the Tres Amigas.
Yeah.
So they're the classic, like, as long as they're partying and getting along, everything's going great, you know? But then if one of them stops drinking or whatever, and it's like there has to be sort of more to the friendship than like we just get blasted together and like have fun.
Yeah.
It all their differences come out, and they're like, you know, I actually don't like this person.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's
They
just,
did give off the vibe of they were only friends if they were heavily intoxicated.
Yeah.
Because she would do the same thing with Vicky. Like, fall around and get naked and do all these crazy things.
Yeah, they'd
And
always
she did
be
the same
getting
thing
naked.
with Shannon.
She broke her own arm. She was so wasted running around the hot tub, you know. Like, that was like their thing, is like, oh, we get so crazy. We're the crazy amigas,
And
you
it
know.
creates that false sense of being close and having true friendships, but you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. If y'all aren't drinking, it's weird.
Yeah.
So-
and when one of them's down, they see how they totally turn on you, like, you know, and just like go full annihilation mode.
walls
where
up.
it's not like, this is, hey, I care about you, I'm worried about you. Like, they're trying to destroy them and cause like as much pain as possible to them, you know.
Yeah. So it's.
But no, it seems like Shannon's done. And Tamra knows it, and that's why she's being so over the top nice, like playing her cards so heavy of like, oh, I'm so nice. Look how hard I'm trying. Look how much I've changed. Because she knows Shannon's like done, and it's sort of like kind of trying to save some of her. It wasn't all me why this whole thing went to shit. You know?
And also, for the sake of the show, everyone likes to see, you know, if something bad happens, that there's like a rekindling moment and that things can be kumbaya. So on some level, like Tamra and Shannon do need to be okay. So everyone does still film together. And that it doesn't become a Teresa and Melissa situation, how we saw in New Jersey, where it splits the cast completely, and then this side won't film
they won't even let them be friends with the, you know, like when it's one thing when they hate each other, but they're cool with everyone else being friends, and they're like, yeah, whatever, we're not gonna get along. I don't care if you're friends with her or not. But then it starts getting more, well, you can't even be nice to her either.
This my team, your team.
Look what she's done to me, so you support that, you know, kind of thing.
Exactly. Like, so then that's when like people don't want to watch anymore. It falls apart. You have to have a new cast.
Yeah.
You're going on break, you know, and so hopefully I think Tamra knows that because she's like an OG. And so I think that, and Shannon knows that. I think that's also why Shannon kind of went. Otherwise, she would be kind of ostracized.
They have to participate, you know, kind of thing. Like,
and they know that they kind of have to come back together and get along to a certain point for the show to keep going, because as we saw when everything fell apart with Katie, we didn't see her at all on this episode.
Yeah, I mean she wasn't on the episode at all. No, confessionals. Like, so it's like, is she gone? Like, I mean, I get maybe they're giving her an episode off because it was just the last one was just blasting her for all the stuff she lied about or whatever.
Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking: either she needed a break. She didn't want to travel with any of the cast. Like, she didn't want to go.
I think she wasn't invited with either of the groups.
Go. Yeah, I don't.
Even if she wanted to go, I don't think either. Heather wasn't going to invite her over to the sleepover thing, and the other girls are like, we don't want her here.
Yeah.
So maybe it just kind of worked out where she just wasn't invited to any of the things they were filming.
Because they were traveling, she wasn't going to go do that with them. So maybe she just needed a break during that one episode, and she'll come back. But it was weird to me how they didn't even enter in, this is what I'm doing while all the girls are off, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I thought we would see something. No one mentioned
something her and her husband.
And she doesn't have an ally on the show. So it's like, are we going to see her come back? Is she...
Which she should. Because it's right on the point with all the Gretchen lying stuff, where if she does just stay around more, the heat's going to go to someone else. And it'll be like... Okay, we see what you're saying, Katie. And then also the other thing she has going for is, you know, the lie detector test. Oh, you lied on all this. It said Heather lied about the paparazzi. Now, who knows if she did or didn't or whatever. But if Heather didn't, and she knows she didn't, but the lie detector is saying she did, she'll have to, on some level, be like, well, all the stuff they said people are lying, it's probably can be bullshit, too. Because they said I'm lying and I know I wasn't, you know. Yeah. So she, like, if she... persists long enough, you know, like some rationality will go back to all those people and they'll be like, okay, well, maybe she wasn't totally lying and Gretchen did say this, and we'll kind of get more heat off of her and onto everyone else, and she'll be able to kind of like come in the fold again.
Right. I'm hoping that Katie comes back. I feel like maybe they need to add someone on in the cast that can come in as her friend, like someone who she actually knows. That would be like a good friend for her. I hope we see her back this season and finish out. And I hope we see her back next season to kind of like not leave things so open in the air, and kind of just like finalize some things.
Yeah. I feel like we will see her later in this season again, like probably the next episode when everyone's back from whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
The friend thing is interesting because it seems like with all of the... It seems like a lot of the times when that happens, the friend who gets brought on, they bring them on and then kind of crush them. You know, like sort of like throw them under the bus and then rub it in their face. You want to be friends with me to get on this show? Or, you know, like, so it's like that almost like always backfires.
Yeah.
Unless they come on together. Like Gina and Emily started together, so they've always been close kind of thing, you know. But a lot of times it's like when they bring the friend on, it's to like it's like tribute, sacrifice to the group to be like fresh meat, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that is very classic for that to happen.
Yeah,
you
I feel
would
like that's
hope that
happened
it
multiple
wouldn't.
franchises.
Like, hey, be nice to Katie. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
You know? Like maybe a little.
Well, and
heads
Katie
up.
will bring her on to be like, she's worse than me. Look at all this shit.
Oh,
you
gosh,
got to watch
right.
your back with her. She's so shallow. Or what? You know, they all start doing that. Like
They do all kind of turn on each other.
Yeah, like sort of prepare the groups. You got to watch her for this. You got to watch her for that.
I know, it is sad. Hopefully we'll see Katie back though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then so Jen's fatty photo. Like
yeah.
Her photo is not a fatty photo.
They're talking about it at dinner, bringing that up sort of like, you know, she confronts Tamara. Why'd you show that photo? What was the point of that, you know?
But the photo itself isn't even that bad. The lady has had 4 young kids at the time. And she's not overweight. She's not out of shape at all. Like, she is a beautiful, normal, set lady, suburban housewife. And they are just picking her apart. And Tamara's saying, oh, I didn't show it. It wasn't a fatty photo.
But it totally was.
It totally was. You were showing it saying, look how out of shape she is. Well, no shit. She just popped out 4 kids.
Well, and that's what, like, for most, like, normal people, yeah, she is, like, in normal shape. Looks totally normal, great. You know? Like, but for them, they're, like, hardcore fitness people who are in the gym 24/7 and priding themselves on how they look. So, like, to them, it is, like if to them, if they were that size, they would be like, I'm overweight right now. You know? So it was totally to say she's fat or whatever, you know, like, like knows she's conscious about that because of how much they work out now and how thin they try to stay now, that like it was for sure she was trying to make fun of her weight and say, oh, blah blah blah.
And Tamara's excuse was, well, she said that Jen was shy, timid, insecure, and that Jen has changed. Like, as if it was a bad thing that she changed to being confident. But then she goes on and says, boobs out, tight clothes. Jen is trying to be tits on a stick, which is what Ryan likes.
Which is almost implying more insecurity. Like, you know, that's what pisses me off about her so much. Like, nothing she says makes sense. Like, oh, she was fat and insecure, and now she's fit, and she's only fit and insecure because Ryan likes tits on a stick or whatever. Yeah. But, like, and it also, to me, it gives this major energy of she is so pissed that Ryan and Jen got together and she didn't get Ryan. Yeah. Like, it's almost even not even necessarily saying like she wants to be with Ryan forever, but just that Ryan picked her. Like, she like lost that battle. Like,
she wanted to do a one-night stand with Ryan because she thought Ryan was hot, and then she was upset that Ryan started going for Jen instead of Tamara. And this was before her and Eddie
picked her,
got
not
together.
me. So like because she's always talking about what Ryan likes. Ryan likes tits on a stick. Trust me, I know. I was trying to be his tits on a stick, but he picked Jen. That's like the energy it gives, you know, like with how often she's talking about what Ryan likes and whether Ryan. Jen is like giving it to him or not. You know,
she's obsessed with Ryan, like trying to take him down, trying to take Jen down.
It's so weird.
It does give jealousy. That's for sure.
It gives vibes of like you wanted him so bad and you're so pissed it didn't work out still. Not even because you still want him, but just because of like a personal ego thing where you're like, I'm so hot, I should have won that or whatever. You know, like it's not even about Jen or Ryan. It's still about her winning or, you know, like.
I agree. I totally can see that. Tamara does seem like a girl that is like that.
Yeah, it gives off that vibe with just because, and how hard she went after him even in the last seasons or two. It's like, okay, you feel some type of way about this guy. Like, this isn't just, oh, it's some random guy, you know, like you are so bitter over that still.
Yeah, you know, last season it did really get to her out of everyone else about his FBI stance or whatever.
Yeah, if he was like, he was gambling money in the casino for his friend or something.
And it's like if it directly affected her, I could totally understand how that would piss her off, right? But it didn't have anything to do with her. Didn't affect her life at all. But she was very much bothered by it.
So ham on it.
So that's weird. It's like if our neighbor was doing something shady with their money, and I was over here huffing and puffing about it, That would be weird.
It's so weird.
Like that's weird.
Yeah, it just gives off the vibe that she is just bitter that she did not win whatever that thing was between her and them.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I think it was like when she broke up with her husband, and it was before her and Eddie were like exclusive.
No, because remember they said in this episode, didn't one of them say, well, Tamara, you cheated on your husband with Eddie.
Well, yeah.
So she was sleeping with Eddie when she had a husband. Probably was trying to get Ryan too. Wasn't sure, do I want Ryan or Eddie?
Right.
Well, Ryan picked Jen, so she was like, well, I guess I'm picking Eddie.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because she did know Eddie while she was married to her husband. I think Eddie was her trainer.
I think it was Shannon. One of them said
And
tonight
Shannon
or whatever.
said that she cheated, which
On her
Tamara's
husband.
never come out and said that they cheated.
Yeah.
But they did get together like very shortly after.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They did know each other during the marriage. Maybe it was an emotional cheating that she was saying.
I doubt it. She's so obsessed with her looks and physicality and all this stuff that she's like really into the mental connection.
Yeah.
Come on.
And so maybe during their wild friendship, she did come clean to Shannon and claim, yeah, I did cheat on Simon, you know?
Yeah. Or maybe not even said it like that, but just like, oh, Eddie and I hooked up and they still weren't divorced. So it's kind of like more of an implied thing or whatever.
I get it.
But yeah, so that's all just real interesting, you know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I feel like Tamara is just never going to end. With
The last
her.
couple episodes, the one where she already said she was on Xanax, she was so weird at that dinner. She seems like she got a fat script of that and is like kind of been a little weird every episode and
yeah, like the taunting of Shannon, like Shannon loves
Like,
me,
oh, we're
and
friends
Gina was
again.
like, just stop, you're making this worse. Like it
like
was
everybody's
weird.
visibly uncomfortable with
Yeah.
like, and you know it, like you're not.
And there's just 3 of them. It's not like they had this group of 6 or 7 where you can kind of move around. Like it was just them 3.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So I don't know. It was very, very odd.
Very odd.
Okay, should we move on to Real Housewives of Miami?
Yeah, we can go to Miami next.
Okay. So, Alexi and Stephanie make up.
Yeah, finally are like, they're not like, you know, they're like, we're cool. Like,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
can, you know,
we're going to get
survive
along.
each other.
We're not going to be like beefing hardcore.
Right. And so hopefully we do see that relationship kind of take a new face and we see them having fun, because I could see them being really fun girlfriends together, and like kind of doing a lot and like traveling around and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I think they just always get in trouble because like I think they just have different senses of humor. And Stephanie always like makes a little joke that goes way over Alexia's head, and she thinks it's like some crazy attack.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I feel like it won't be long till something like that happens again, where she makes some comment in passing that like to her she's like, oh, this is like silly inside joke.
Right.
But then Alexia's like, you called me a Rottweiler? It's
Yeah,
like, no,
it's
you
like-
called yourself that. Like,
Oh, Alexia.
but it's good that they're like not feuding, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, thank goodness. And then Larsa and Lisa are good for now as well. So I think as long as
Finally
they
made
do not
up.
nitpick every little thing that they've been going through, and just like zip it, don't mention it, and move forward. But obviously their relationship is going to be strained. Obviously things with Jody and Larsa are probably going to be weird and strained. Do I see them going out to dinner as like
No.
a group anytime soon? Probably not. But it is nice to know that hopefully both of them behind each other's backs will just zip it, you know, and not
like,
be doing
drop
all
the
of-
past, go into the future. Hopefully don't do anything in the future to piss each other off
Yeah.
or all reignites, you know.
Yeah. And then Adriana is crashing out over getting older and her birthday coming up. So they do celebrate her birthday on the cruise.
Yeah.
And they give her the shadiest birthday cake.
It's just a weird, like, because she's all crashing out because of her age, you
Yeah,
know, which you
she's
can
getting
understand or whatever, but she's definitely, like, spiraling on it, it seems.
Oh,
like,
yeah. She's
just,
very moody.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen her boyfriend in 6 weeks, and I was thinking, oh,
When it
is this like a
explains how-
scammer situation where he's like with her, he gets a lot of stuff for free, and then he goes off in Europe and he's with another girl for 6
I'm
weeks.
sure
and
he's
is
got a
getting
Paris
stuff,
girl
and then
going
he like
on.
comes back. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed
Totally.
weird.
Yeah, I mean,
that
I'm sure
seemed
he's
odd.
got a girl in Paris. He's got her in Miami,
Yeah.
But it definitely sort of explains, like, how insane she's been the whole season. Like, just going off at the drop of anything. Like, when they rented those two boats, she was, like, straight up harassing Marisol. Like screaming from the other boat. Like, nobody's around her or listening to her. She's, like, screaming into the ocean, like, your knees and your blah, blah. Just going insane.
Crazy.
It was like, is she okay? Like, she's like going nuts off the side of the boat.
She was totally crashing out.
And on the cruise, every shot of her, she just looks like so pissed, like. So I think she knows there's like a girl in Paris. She's feeling like she's getting old. Then they give her the cake with some crazy math equation.
It was, the cake said nothing but 32 times 2 minus 5.
Well, it said happy birthday too.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it said happy birthday. And then instead of saying like happy
see
59th
that.
birthday, instead of the 59, they did like the math equation or whatever.
Okay. So 32 times 2 minus 5. So that comes to her age is 59.
And she
I
did
didn't
not
see the
like
happy
that.
birthday
And it
stuff.
was like, the cake should have just said happy birthday. For sure.
Yeah.
She's like.
Do you have to put the age on there at 59?
When she's been moping around all cruise about how old she is.
It's not even a big birthday. Like, I get putting the age on at 60.
Yeah, like every
know,
conversation,
but-
she's like, ageism is real. There's so much ageism in the world, and I'm
called her
experiencing the
old.
ageism,
Kiki called her
Oh,
old,
yeah.
so.
But yeah, it's funny. You can tell she's just having a really hard time with like her age and
And I thought it was funny how Gertie had this like the bunny ears.
Oh my
the
God,
lace bunny
eyes
ears
wide
and
shut
the
outfit.
veil, and I was like, ooh.
People on the
this is
cruise are
getting
like, what the
saucy.
hell is going on here?
But they were all dressed in red. They all looked really good, but I thought that was quite a look.
The mask was weird.
The housewives always kind of go more towards costumey. I think,
for sure. The
for a lot of
spectacle
things.
is a huge part of the whole thing. It's a spectacle,
For
sure.
And then Gertie going to one-on-one therapy for her past traumas, about her coming to America all by herself with her brother, no family. She did stay with family who she never met. I think she said this was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And she went to school, didn't know the language. The family that she stayed with wouldn't let her outside for like...
Well, like they said, it took her like a few months to get paperwork to go to school,
So they wouldn't let her outside for a couple months. It felt like a prison. It seemed like a lot of abuse had happened there.
I'm sure.
And then when she went to school, she was made fun of. She was coming here from, was it Haiti?
Yeah.
So it's a very hard transition, especially not having your family. You feel abandoned. I can't imagine going through all of that at such a young age. And it is good that she is addressing all of that trauma now. Better late than never, because that's something that will just eat at that like little girl inside of
You
her.
gotta just,
you
can
can tell it
work
hurts.
through it, get over it, and not get over it, but like work
through
get over
it.
that period of her life and just go live, dude.
Yeah.
Like you can't let it just eat everything up.
Yeah, that was hard. It was sad to watch, and it'll be interesting to see how her like therapy journey goes, and because you can tell she's
she's got like
this
some
season.
rage in her or something.
Yeah, she's angry, and she's been through a lot, and I think the cancer woke her up to a lot, or made it more noticeable, a lot of the traumas that she had been holding on inside.
And I mean, and she even said it because they have kids or whatever, and she's like, I can't imagine sending my kid off to some person they've never met before on the other side of the world and just being like, all right, peace.
Yeah, well,
so sort of like, you're like trying to rationalize, like, how did they do that? Like, that's crazy.
Right, like no one cared enough about me to make it a point to come with us.
And like how of a vulnerable position you are putting a kid and sending them to the other side of the world with people they never met. You have no fucking clue what's going to be happening over there.
Or if they'll even make it. Or,
like what's going on. So I'm sure it's just a ton of like stuff crashing down.
Yeah. So that was really sad to hear, but it is good that she has made a name for herself and her brand is taking off and all of those good things.
Yeah, overall, it's 2 good episodes this week.
Yeah.
They're both good. A lot of drama going on in them.
For sure. So stay tuned as we give you updates for all the Real Housewives and anything Bravo.
Thanks for listening.